Welcome into the DNVR Avalanche Podcast presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Use code DNVR when you sign up for a pick of the week. Got a pick of the week for you myself. I'm curious what you guys think. Fastest skater? Just $1 million on Connor McDavid? He'd lost it last year.
I'd have to see who's competing this year.
I'm just assuming McDavid's in it.
Oh, yeah. Well, no. I guess I should have said I'd love to see who's competing against McDavid this year.
Fair. The thing is, like, I think if McDavid tries, he just wins.
Yeah.
But it's the All-Star game and skills competition, so he might go 50%. Like,
Yeah.
I don't actually know.
I mean, I can't even imagine the odds on him are any good. Right?
Probably not. They're probably so. Maybe pick someone else. A fun thing though, you can bet on all of the skills for the All-Star game. You can once they release all the names, you'll be able to bet on whichever ones you want. Even the crazy thing where they shoot alligators in the ocean.
Yeah, it's some with alligators and pucks, and I'm not really sure yet. Yeah,
Alligators.
Yeah.
I don't think they're real alligators.
No, I'm almost positive they're real alligators.
Oh my god! All right, that's good.
And for the record, I don't think they're like hammering pucks at them, but I do think it's something at like a gator farm.
All of a sudden, PETA's like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
It's one thing when you guys were shooting pucks on a fountain last year, but this is weird.
Apparently, McDavid isn't doing fastest skater.
Oh,
Why
wow.
even send him then?
True.
We really do. The NHL needs to change the All-Star game. We've talked about it several times on different shows.
We're going to talk about it on Friday.
Yeah,
but like,
Save all your anger for Friday.
It's just so broken.
just make sure you get your pick of the weekend on what the dumbest thing about the NHL All-Star game is with DraftKings.
Take Makar. Take Makar's fastest skater. If McDavid's not going, take Makar.
Will he actually be in it though? Since it seems like it's total chaos this year.
I guess that's a great point. But you can't have an event called fastest skater and not have Connor McDavid. How dumb.
Don't disagree with you.
Maybe he just said no. Maybe he was like, look,
I'm done with
it was
this.
damaging to my personal brand when I lost last year.
Actually, he's had a couple controversial ones. Because remember the one where he like broke the record? He technically got a running, not technically, he got a running start.
Yeah.
Yep.
He got like a 25-foot running head start.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of cheating going on in the fastest skater competition. We need an investigation into this. The same way you can no longer bet on defensive player of the year in basketball. AJ, I talked about this with you the other night.
One of the great controversies in sports right now. The scorekeeper in Memphis boosting Jaren Jackson Jr.'s steals and blocks.
Yep. It's super interesting. Either way, don't cheat, but go over to DraftKings. Bet on whatever you want right now. All new and existing customers can take a bigger shot at an even bigger payout with DraftKings stepped-up same-game parlays. Highly recommend if you want to boost your odds. Maybe take a skater that's likely to win the fastest skater competition and then pick a goalie in the shootout challenge or whatever it's called. I don't even know the names of things. Either way.
Yeah, they change every year now.
Yeah.
And you're just like, okay.
What are we going to do this year? We'll find out one way or another.
Find out who the sponsor is for each event.
There you go. If you're a new account, be sure to use DNVR code to sign up, and you bet $5 to get $200 in free bets, instantly when it comes to Super Bowl 57. You don't even have to wait for the bet to hit. You just get $200 to do whatever you want with over on DraftKings. So go over there now. Use the DNVR code. Must be 21 or older. Colorado only. Other terms, restrictions, and conditions apply. Void in Ohio, and see the show notes down below for details. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. All right, look, it's the Avs bye week. It's the All-Star break week.
I'm just picturing someone from Ohio hearing all of that. Void in Ohio specifically.
I can't wait. Oh. We're going to have a little bit of fun this week with some of our shows. It's going to be a good time. We got to talking before today's show about... We'll get to the Avs songs in a little bit. We're gonna start just generally. First of all, what song do you have to play at a wedding? What song has to be played at a wedding?
I need to make sure that it's known that I put this out there yesterday because I was genuinely curious, and I want to. AJ and I were laughing upstairs. This is like, what's the? It's not what's your favorite song.
Yeah.
It's when you're at a wedding at the reception. It's party time. What's a song that's like, gotta play this one?
No good answers.
Cyclone by BB Bash.
I don't even know that song.
Shoot her body like a cyclone.
Yeah, okay, all right,
okay,
yeah. I was like, I know that song, but I cannot think it. Is that's your go-to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's all shy on the show, but she gets in a wedding. She turns into a cyclone.
There's this funny the descriptor we use for girls' nights out that we're like, the storm is coming. We call it hurricane nights, where we are the storm, and it's a natural.
Megan away from the office sounds like a blast.
We'll put it in
The
the group chat. Like,
storm
is
is
it a
coming.
hurricane night, or are we not doing that? Are we going to be normal about this?
Got to be predetermined.
Are we gonna be normal?
Storm
about
warning?
this?
What's the story here?
Gonna be normal.
So yeah, I've gotten. There's been a lot of responses for like. Everyone reacted the way I was hoping, and of course, Blaze was one of the people that said a ton of votes for Chicken Dance. No.
Susie vetoes.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought we'd just be getting suggestion after suggestion out of her.
That's for kindergarten. That song after kindergarten.
Yeah. You can't listen to it after kindergarten. Yeah, after your parents come to see your class perform the chicken dance, it's the last time in your life you're allowed to do it.
So-
yeah.
I think the two
Strong feelings over there.
biggest millennial
though.
answers are apple bottom jeans and get low.
See, and I actually didn't get. Get low. That's a great one. I'm actually adding that to the list. Great call, Rudo.
You can never go wrong with
Jesse's
as
wedding
well.
just a little more turned.
Yeah. I'll make sure to take a video and send it to you
Perfect.
during that song. What else we got? I feel like you had some good ones upstairs, and now.
Party in the USA.
Party in the USA, yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yep.
And that
That's a
was a
great
good
one.
You get me
suggestion.
in public if I've had a few drinks and Party in the USA comes on. Things might happen.
Look, I also think Party in the USA should be the new national anthem. So
It should be. It should be.
How different would anthems be at the start of games?
We're just bangers at the
Yeah.
start of hockey games.
Yeah.
3.5 full minutes of Miley.
Let's do it. I'm here for it.
Ooh, September. That's an interesting one.
Oh, that is nice.
That's a good one. It's a nice, upbeat, good vibes. Yeah, that's a nice vibe song.
Ooh.
Shots? That just seems so aggressive.
All right. So I have another question here for you, and I'll let you guys think about it. I'll just tell mine first. First dance song at the wedding. Mine, terrible mistake. Don't do this. We did To the End of Love by Leonard Cohen.
Okay.
The problem is we did the full version, which is like a 6-minute song. And we're 2 minutes into the dance just out there by ourselves.
Yeah.
Like, oh no.
So it's so funny because, and I mean, if there's any group of people that will empathize with this, it's this group of people.
Knowing your wife, this just
It adds up.
picturing
It adds
this.
up, yeah.
Picture it just kills me. I wish I was there for this.
See, I'm a big, I don't mind having a lot of people looking at me. Like, I'm a talker. I like people to hear me. I like being the point of attention. I've hated my entire life, like birthday parties, and like having happy birthday sung to you and shit like that. And I just know that that's what I'm barreling towards with like first dance and stuff like that. It's just, it's a lot of really awkward attention where the attention is just on you existing and nothing that you're actually doing. And I hate it. So I couldn't imagine getting stuck out there for a 6-minute, what do we do?
Here's how you get through that since you're the guy's side.
Yeah.
It's happened at my buddy's wedding. Nobody's there for you.
Well, right. That's even worse though. But that I actually even drives home my poor mom. Like, I'm just in the way. I'm now just taking up space from someone else. I'm like the dude who walked onto the basketball court trying to deliver Uber Eats in whatever college game that was last week. Everyone's here for Hannah. I'm just the guy trying to deliver food onto the sidelines.
It's a weird analogy.
So you don't have to spoil it. Do you guys have a song picked out?
Yes, but I don't know what it is.
Oh God, that might be even worse.
I told her to pick it. I don't
You
care.
didn't even like look into it. You're just gonna walk into that first dance totally blind.
I mean, what did we all just say? It's about her, right?
Yeah, I'm hoping it's Happy Birthday now.
What was the song? Damn, she had one. It was We Found Love by Rihanna. She wanted us to walk into that. And I was like, we can, but that song's about a really like brutal end to a relationship because of domestic violence. So we can, but an interesting song to kick off the marriage. That's all I'm going to say. If you listen to the lyrics, woof.
My wife wanted to play Poison at our wedding, so
Fuck yeah. My brain went to Toxic by Britney Spears. At first I was like, oh, right, yeah.
no, that's
Also
a
a good
banger.
one.
Yeah.
The song,
Add that to your list.
the song Poison is like literally about the woman who sings it cheating on her boyfriend or something
Jeez.
at the wedding.
It's like starting with the Carrie Underwood song.
Yeah.
I
It's
was
like,
gonna say, you guys should dance to Before He Cheats. Just make a mockery of the whole process, man. The
just
whole
only
thing.
pick really like
Yeah.
effed up relationship songs.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. Hey, hard.
Hey,
yes
yeah,
on
yeah,
Hey
that was
Ya.
one that I think was in the tweet. I was mostly shocked that other than Chicken Dance, I got a lot of unique answers. But yeah, there was like 5 votes for Chicken Dance for some reason, and all the other ones. There's a bunch of stuff that like I had never heard of. There's one that apparently I have heard, but I don't know the name of it.
Sounds like Gerudo.
Yeah, so I need to go look that up. And then I did laugh. There was someone that was like, "Spring for a live band." It's like, ooh, you missed my tweet from this summer, where I waged war on live music.
Missed the audience on
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I appreciate having someone on my side for this.
That would be like, oh, for Jesse, a live band in the winter where it's snowing currently.
Right, yeah,
On your
up in Winter
birthday.
Park.
Happy
Outside
birthday.
with people singing happy birthday to him. Exactly.
Yeah,
Jesse's perfect day.
Mr. Roboto. I feel like that's such a slow. Like I feel like that's not really like
Yeah,
a dance
no.
song. Well, that was the other thing. So we were talking about stuff, and I would
It's
like
a really good head bob song.
right. Well, I would like suggest song. Hannah was like, "Ooh, I'll put that on like the dinner playlist." I was like,
Anything by Dua Lipa.
"Who?
Dua Lipa?
I don't even know who that is."
You're joking.
You don't know?
Maybe.
You
I don't know.
You definitely have heard some stuff by her. I guarantee it.
No.
This is what we're talking
I would.
about. on our
I think I would
Avalanche show
prefer
today.
something by Doja Cat over Dua
I
Lipa,
love
though.
Doja Cat too.
No idea.
Just not the Taco Bell commercial song.
I haven't heard any commercials. I have no idea what these
Yeah.
are.
The one person in the world who doesn't know the BK song.
Or Doja Cat's commercial. I didn't know she
It's
was
just
in one.
getting to it,
You guys
yeah.
could make a lie. You could tell me about a commercial that doesn't exist.
Maybe
That's how I feel
maybe
like
that's
with-
what we're doing.
That's how I feel like with what you're talking about right now with
Dua Lipa?
Yeah.
I can't, you. Ugh.
Again, I don't doubt that. Clearly, I'm not a big music guy.
Sample Ranta and Eustace Onanen wore shirts and went to her concert.
That makes it even less likely that I would know
So
who
we
they
know
are.
their
If those two
songs,
Czech
really?
guys
I
know
like
who they
that
are,
they
or Finnish
wore
guys.
shirts was like a thing.
So I think they had her face on it, is what I meant.
I just-
Okay. So
I just thought it was like, were they not gonna wear shirts to other concerts?
I knew what you meant.
I picked up when she was laying down. It was just worded in such a way that I was like,
Okay. How do you feel about country at your wedding?
I'm not a country music fan. Hannah is.
I mean, if you get some Garth Brooks in there, the place could go a little nuts.
I don't doubt it. But again, that's just not my
Like
genre.
Friends in Low Places is like one of those songs that if you put on in any public place, people just instinctively go
I
hard.
love to shout Oasis.
See, and that's
Yeah.
that's mostly what I'm like. Obviously, Mr. Brightside made its way into the list
why?
for exactly what AJ just said.
Most overrated
Gets the
band
people
of our
going.
generation.
God, I hate that fucking song.
Really?
I can't stand the Killers.
This is super on brand that this half of the pod
I
over there
really
does
don't.
not like.
I just don't like the
Mr.
Killers,
Brightside.
man.
I mean, I didn't put like Killer's greatest hits on the playlist. It's
I'm
I
just saying,
took-
like, it's not a Mr. Brightside only. I just don't like the Killers.
all right, fair. I mean, I see that though is to me a song that like played in any setting, and everyone's gonna get hyped. Like I feel like if you had enough drinks, even with your killer's disdain, that song would come on and be like, okay, well, yeah, it's hype as fuck, obviously.
Eh.
Yeah, no, it annoys me when it comes on. I just don't.
Really?
Yeah, it. Also, I was the right age where that song was everywhere that I went. Every time I went out, every time I went out into a public space, and was drinking, hanging out.
Wasn't it like in the top 10 in the UK for like 8 years or
It was
something
just-
insane?
It was just like the song never went away.
Well, and so a bunch of people were saying Uptown Funk, and that was a song that we were all talking about upstairs.
Oh,
Like,
just
it is a catchy song.
tired of it.
It is
Yeah.
a catchy song.
Tired of it.
But I heard it too many places. It was like when Remember the Name came out back in like 2005, and every sports montage ever was put to that song for like 2 years. It's like, we're done with it. You know what I mean?
Imagine draft prospect highlights back then.
Right. And this was like
All
when
Fort Minor.
YouTube was like first taking off. The,
skill.
every video was Fort Minor. Remember the Name? Yeah. That or the Linkin Park Jay-Z
Yeah,
remix
there was
of
a lot of Linkin Park AMVs out there on YouTube in the early days.
There's still probably a few too many.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
that Fort Minor song. Who was it? Some team. I think it was a basketball team, like a college basketball team last year, did a hype video right before, I think it was March Madness, to Remember the Name, and like it started playing on my timeline, and I was like, seriously? You actually used this song for this in 2022? Good for Fort Minor.
It's old school now. It's coming back.
His one song.
Is one song?
What?
Fort Minor is multiple people.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No shit. That's how little I ever looked into it beyond Remember the Name.
It's just Mike Shinoda's side project, right?
Yeah.
Again, you guys are teaching me all kinds of stuff about Fort Minor. That's how little brain power put into
Lil
them.
Dicky would be good at a wedding. I don't know about Let Me Freak. But
I think that would be very funny.
I'll put it on the list to listen to.
It's
I
very
don't-
funny. The music video is also very funny.
it's hilarious for sure.
It's very on brand for Lil Dicky.
Yeah, my phone autocorrects Lil to LOL.
Sounds about right.
Thanks, Susie. And so, Susie, no wedding recommendation songs from you? I thought you'd be leading the charge on this.
Oh, you know what is? You know what gets everyone fired up?
What?
Shout.
Shout. Yeah, that,
Make me wanna shout.
yeah. Shout
song
was,
is-
yeah,
That's good
Shout
for
was on
the
there.
whole wedding
Song
party.
is a minute too long though. It needs to be cut down.
Like, take out the little bit softer now part.
Yeah,
Where they
yeah.
just,
Part goes on a little too long.
It's-
To be fair, you need that break.
you do. I do agree. He takes it a little bit softer now, like 3 times too many. We don't need it that soft. We can take.
To the bed.
Just ends the song that way. Just commits to it.
It just slowly fades.
yeah. Never brings
you just
it back.
keep waiting. You're
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Maybe that's how we edit it down for the wedding. Just a little bit softer now. Next song starts like, get up,
well,
get back up.
lead that right into Backstreet's Back.
Yeah. Oh my God. Whoa.
I like
I need a
that
Gatorade
lot.
break after
I
that.
like that a lot.
Jesus.
This mental image of you being like,
It's too much. It's too much.
Is that not the whole point of a wedding? Like,
oh,
you
jeez.
just go, you come off the dance floor a sweaty mess.
Yeah,
like,
you're sweating orange like the old Gatorade commercials. Yeah, you're
Point
like, oh,
of a
God.
wedding.
I got a little bit too much softer, and then Backstreet's Back came on, and I couldn't handle it.
I gotta tell you, all of this is just very validating for my decision to not do this, to not go through with any of this.
Why? I feel like we're having a good time here. I feel like we're all.
Both Z and I would not have enjoyed
See,
it.
you guys don't
so.
seem like because like Hannah and I are doing this in a very non-traditional way.
Yeah.
Because we are not traditional. Like I'm not a put on a black and white tux and go to the church and all that stuff.
That was our problem too. Is we were like, if we even wanted to do this, where would we do it? And we were
Right.
Every time we had a conversation about it, it was like, we just want this to be our private thing. We want this to be us.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
we were
and-
committing to each other
Right, I
for
was
the
gonna
rest
say
of our
it's-
lives, and that we don't need witnesses.
It's about what. Because seriously, like Hannah is. We were making the joke about like videographer and stuff like that. Like
yeah.
Hannah and myself, like we're just not like, let's sit down and rewatch the wedding day kind of people. It's like, it's a special day and all that, everything, all that is true, but you got to do it in your own way. And
I think back on that day fondly.
Yeah.
When we went and officially got married,
Yeah.
but it was also like, we had so many things that built up to it. That
you
it
look
was
on
like,
it fondly because it was the way that you guys wanted to do it. And like, I feel like that's what you got to do.
Well, and when she's here this summer, like we're going to have a party and we're going to invite people and we're going to be like, hey, for our 1 year anniversary, everybody, let's come party on our dime.
Yeah.
In the wedding,
Yes,
I
you
was
guys are
in
invited.
in October. This ties into a conversation we had earlier about Jared Bednar saying things that sometimes you incorporate in your real life.
Yeah.
So they were doing videos of the bridal party before, like, what advice do you want to give to the bride and groom? And I actually used something that Jared Bednar has said to give advice to this couple getting married. And it was the bloom where you're planted bit.
Yeah.
And I adopted it to, like, with every changing phase in the relationship, as you grow and change as people, bloom where you're planted. And I obviously can't take credit for that. It was Jared Bednar, but he follows you everywhere.
Well, hopefully none of the people who you gave that video to listen to this, because you could have taken like very profound credit for that. Like, yeah, it just came to me. They came and asked for my best piece of advice, and that was a line that hit me.
No, the people around me immediately in the moment were like, "Wow, that was really beautiful," because it was a last minute idea to get this advice in the first place. But then I got into a fight with the maid of honor's boyfriend about women's hockey, so like it was overall.
I thought you were going to say about the quote. I was like, God damn!
It was just overall a really emotional wedding, and I had to make everything about hockey and fight a little bit. But
All right. Well, hockey, fighting.
I think every wedding needs a coach's corner at this point. I think that's for the
I
best.
love that.
the coach's corner.
I
Get Don Cherry to do it and just say some outlandish things about the people at your wedding.
Not that coach's corner, maybe a less terrible person of a coach's corner.
Less xenophobia.
Yeah. We did promise at least a few Avalanche
I hate his
comparisons
collars.
here in this show. I have one for you. I think this one's extremely easy. Matt Nieto song has to be Doing Time. But is it by Sublime or is the Lana Del Rey version?
So you're asking if it's sad or
Sublime.
hype?
You think it's the Sublime version? All right. He is well qualified to represent the LBC. That's all I'm saying.
I love Lana Del Rey. Maybe.
Yeah. That tracks.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I've heard either of those versions.
You've definitely heard it. You've definitely heard the Sublime version. It's everywhere. If you listen to 93.3 for 7 minutes, you've
I'm gonna
heard
do
the
this.
Sublime
I'm gonna do when I
version.
drive home.
Yeah,
I'm
it'll
gonna,
come
listen to,
on.
I'm gonna listen to
I
93.3.
guarantee you
And
it'll
I'm just
come
gonna
on.
tweet out, "Oh my God, Sublime came on."
We actually used to. I remember in high school we would do this. Like we'd turn on 93.3 and like, within how many songs do you think this song comes on? And it was, you were always pretty close.
My 93.3 was 96.5 in Texas.
Okay.
That was the one that it was always like, all right, this is where.
See,
How long? If I was trying to record one, if I on my boombox with the tape, if I was trying to record a song to make a mixtape for a girl that I liked, that's where 96.5 was at, where it's at.
that is my favorite. Like the funniest thing about thinking back to like when I was younger, with the way that things are now, where it's like if you didn't see what happened, it's pretty easy to find several versions of just the moment you're looking for, an episode, a movie, or whatever. Like when we were kids, it's like, oh damn, that was on TV and we were out at dinner, we missed it, and you just missed it
Yep.
forever. That was
It
just
was
like,
gone.
sorry you missed it.
Really planned. You set up the VCR to record a
Right.
tape of it.
Right, and
like,
pray to God that it had enough tape and it didn't
you
start
didn't
too
record over
early.
something else
Right,
you used to
right.
have.
And yeah, and if you didn't do that, you just had to hope that it was popular enough they'd re-air it again the next day or something.
You guys remember the VCR rewinders? The separate
we
accessories?
own, like a
See,
yeah.
we never had one. I was
We-
always
we
so
did.
jelly.
It was
You-
the best.
You had to stop and rewind to get the.
You know how many
real
videos
fast.
we got from Blockbuster that people didn't rewind?
Oh, dude, spoil the ends. Yeah, spoil the ending for you.
You'd pop that thing in, and it would be the credits, and you're
Yeah.
like, what the come
Yeah.
on, man.
Then you either had to like press rewind
Yeah,
and look
shield
away,
your eyes.
or stop it so you got the blue screen and the fast rewind.
I think the not rewinding VHSs was the precursor to people not putting shopping carts away in parking lots.
Yeah, they're all the same people that
live
have a
in a
bunch of
society,
numbers in their
people.
username. It's all those same people. If you didn't rewind videos to Blockbuster, you have Dave 45789650030 on Twitter. The same people.
And you only exclusively use your Twitter account to tweet angrily at
Right,
people.
you have to go to tweets and replies on their page to get it to load anything. Those are the people that didn't rewind the videos.
Shots fired today on the podcast. On that note, if you were injured by a video not being rewound,
Which is likely.
you may have a case with Bacchus and Shanker.
See, mine was also a car. My VCR rewinder.
Yeah, the car one was like really common, I think.
It was a
car?
well, it was
I've seen that.
it was like a classic car.
Yeah, and it hatchbacked open, so you
Yeah.
put the the tape in it. Like, anyway,
There was
Bacchus,
a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one that was the van.
Bacchus and
the back of it
Shanker
popped open.
has been around for long enough that they've been winning people money since VCRs were a thing.
That's true.
They've won over $1 billion for their clients, and the best part about it is they will take on your case for completely free. You can call them at 222-2222 to see if you have a case today, and you don't pay them until you win. So it works out great for everybody, whether you've been injured in a car accident, even if it's something like a ride share, like Uber or Lyft. If something is not your fault, if it happened at work, they got you covered. They will go in there and they will get you the money you deserve. So go check them out. They've been doing it for over 25 years. They're great at what they do. Press 2 for a while and make sure you get yourself taken care of. Also brought to you by the amazing people at Jive Hive. If you're trying to avoid an injury from a potential car accident, just don't drive. Have Jive Hive bring the weed to you. That's how they take care of it. They deliver to various locations here in Colorado. You can go to jivehive.com. That's JIVEHYVE.com and select your order today. You can either get it delivered ASAP or you can get it scheduled in the future. This is my favorite thing because there are usually very select times where I'm going to want to get high, and I'm not going to go out and buy weed. If weed is around at that time, I'd be like, all right.
So underrated part of this, I've always hated going to dispensaries. I've always hated it.
Fair.
It's a clunky process.
Yeah.
Don't have to do that with Jive Hive. They'll deliver it straight to your door. They'll be there to say, hi. Hey, AJ.
Hey.
I don't even have
Hi,
a dad joke
HY.
ready. Again, it's jivehive.com, JIVEHYVE. Make sure you're getting delivered. Go to their website, type in your address, make sure they do deliver to you, as there are a few select locations currently before they expand a bit more when all of you are amazing and use them to get your buzz. Second period of whatever the hell this podcast is for the DNVR Avalanche
Second
Podcast.
period. Oh my god.
I mean, we've been going for like 20 minutes. I think we had a pretty long first.
yeah, Zooks.
So, where do we want to go?
Do you know
we
how
want to
much
get
I would
into
have
some
lost
Avs
when I had you
players?
gone into the second set of ad reads just because of that conversation? Like, yeah, kind of long first. But because thanks to so-and-so, we can move on.
Third period.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
I was going to say something about... Blockbuster. There's that
yes.
Netflix documentary about the last one that is still in Washington, I think. I want to watch it. I really do. It looks fascinating. 'Cause it talks about how like Blockbusters ended up, like how they won their monopoly and all that stuff. I just can't get myself to sit down for an hour and 40 minutes of... I know the ending. They lose. Like Blockbuster loses. Like it's gone. It's over.
I lived this.
Right. I watched it. I used to love Blockbuster as a kid.
Hell yeah.
It's still a running joke in my family to this day. I was adamant every week, and I was like, can we please go to Blockbuster and rent anything? I just loved being there.
Is it the ultimate power move that
Yeah,
after
that's what
putting Blockbuster out of business,
Produce.
Netflix came up with an original TV show about the last Blockbuster and then canceled it after a season, effectively killing Blockbuster
Twice. My
Ultimate
favorite,
power move.
my favorite part in all of that is the one that gets skipped over. It's like the Blu-ray of the movie distribution, and it's Redbox. Redbox like really disrupted the movie industry for like 7 months, and then Netflix just immediately like, well, we'll cut out you having to go to the store. We'll send them right to your house. Right. You know what? Now we won't even send them to your house. We'll put them right into your TV. We'll load them on your TV before you even know you want to watch it.
Yeah, Redbox was weird because a Redbox only lasted 7 months before it was extremely vandalized and broken also. So
Yeah, I just it was a really cool concept.
In a time before the internet had fully taken
Right,
over.
seriously, in like the 6 months before streaming became a thing.
And it was crazy how fast it happened. Like that transition was just like, we don't have anything, and then we had smartphones, and we've had everything ever since.
Well, it was like
we've been so obnoxious with it.
Right. It was like Blu-ray, where everyone was like, Blu-ray's going to change the way you consume movies at home. And then everyone was like, oh, we'll just send a better feed to the TV.
How about just a digital version?
Yeah. This
Kind
is
of
so
how I feel
awful.
about 4K now, where it's like, yeah, this is cool.
Right.
But now I'm paying a bunch of extra money for a bunch of extra things.
Well, dude, and this is where I know, and there will be someone out there who listens to this who understands video technology better than me, but like, 4K has been around now for several years. A lot of stuff that comes out in feature film format is 4K, but nothing live or very, very, very little. It's like, it's this technology we know about, but for some reason, I just feel like it's not getting
just
any closer.
File sizes
Right.
are too big. Also, can I just say how scam the name 4K is? They switched which number they're using because it's 1080p. And 4K is 2160p.
Yeah.
But if you use the other number, which isn't even 4,000, by the way, they rounded that up to call it 4K.
Well, I also laughed because I saw someone was advertising, so they were like, now available in 8K. I was like, what? We haven't even mastered 4, and now you're doubling it up? I don't know. It's a bye week.
Do you remember when we were younger? And I don't know if you guys had to deal with this, but I assume you did. In school, they had the laser discs, the giant,
Yeah.
like the
Only when I was really young.
massive laser discs where they were like, "This is the wave of the future," and they like replaced overhead projector work for the day. And then all of a sudden, those laser discs, by the time I was in like 7th grade, like they were gone completely, and we were back to overhead projectors. It was like,
At the end of my time in high school is when they started going fully to the smart board.
So I was going to bring up smart boards next, yeah.
no, I've never heard of those.
They worked, they were like the earliest technology of like essentially tablet, where it was supposed to be it looked like a whiteboard, and you had like special pens that worked with it, and it worked off of a projector. So you were supposed to be able to draw, and a line came behind it. It was like 4.5 seconds delayed.
It was so slow.
It was you drew right here. The line went a little bit above where you were at.
Every single one had marks on it because the teacher used a real marker once on accident.
Yeah,
Like-
it just they're like, wow, this classroom got a smart board, and you were like, yeah, this sucks.
Go back
Everything's
to
got
the projector.
10 times harder. Yeah, technology's funny when you can look back on the stuff that didn't work.
Yeah, where you're like, this was a great idea, and
just
it's
not
just
there
like
yet.
it's like the
Yeah.
Power Glove.
Yes.
The Power Glove. What a great idea. What a piece of shit.
To make this even a little bit about hockey, like I had a Reebok O stick back in the day, the ones with like holes in it, and that was I remember they were like, it's going to add more flexibility and reduce weight. You're going to start seeing every brand do some version of this. It lasted like 3 years and
Gone.
got the heave ho. Yep.
Just didn't end up mattering at all.
Yeah.
It's funny how when disruption takes place in a marketplace, like real disruption, it's super noticeable. But when somebody thinks that it's going to be disrupted, and then they show up, and it's just like,
Okay.
Yeah.
remember that weird gimmick for a little while?
Yeah. So to your point, like I remember the iPod when being a kid.
Oh, yeah.
When the first iPod came out, and it really started getting. It was like, yeah, this is crazy. Like, this is wild.
This is actually changing.
Yeah. This is. So what was it like? 1,000. It was a gig, right? So it was like 1,000 songs was the
Something
thing.
like
And it was
that.
like, holy fuck! I don't have to carry around my Discman and
Well, then
a
like
binder of CDs.
a year later, they came out with the mini, and it's like 10,000 songs.
Right.
And it's just
Dude,
fucking-
one of my oldest friends got an iPod Nano, and I remember he pulled it out of his pocket, the first iPod, and he held it like this, and we were all just like mind blown at the fact
The
that
divine light shines down.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the
yeah.
Angels start singing.
that there is technology that small, black and white screen, all that stuff, and we were like,
Oh, yeah.
2 gigs 2 gigs in something that size. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, I remember.
Now it's like I can't even put a picture in 2
Megan
gigs.
over here, like, I've had a phone since I was 6.
Do you guys remember hit clips?
Oh yeah.
Hit clips walked so that iPod could run. I still have mine, I'm pretty sure.
Like, I wish I had a mic. I could actually,
You'd be like, yes, I remember that.
I'm trying to think of
It catered to younger girls too. Like, I don't expect any of you had a hit clip, but
My
You
little
didn't-
sister probably did.
well, I remember. I don't know if they were hit clips, but I remember the ones that were like little keychains that were little boom boxes.
Yes.
Is that what? Is that?
Yes.
I thought hit clips were the ones that you clipped onto yourself. No.
they made several versions. Like, they didn't have just a boombox. So I'm trying to remember if any of them would have clipped. They came in cute shapes, so I don't know
Yeah.
if they clipped or not.
I don't know if it was mine or my sister, but I definitely remember there being a boombox hit clips
There
around
totally
the
was.
house.
There totally was.
The little
yeah.
7-second.
There you are. There you are.
Oh my god.
Yeah. See, I remember the boombox. I do not.
No, I remember the little things that you play now that I
Yeah.
see
See that
them.
one.
That one
That
looks
one right
like
there.
it
The blue one.
clips.
The blue one
Yep.
looks like it clips. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. The boombox. All right. I definitely remember those. Did you guys have a Discman?
Yeah.
There's no way you didn't, right?
You know how much trouble I used to get in school because mine would accidentally start playing?
You had a Discman with speakers on it?
Yeah, well, and it had the headphones, and I had it all
Yeah.
maxed out, and so you could hear it in a classroom.
With the
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, the number between that and like the little CD players, the portable ones, I went to a lot of principal offices because I would accidentally like step on my backpack and it would hit the play button or whatever. And
So sensitive,
Yeah.
Discmans. I remember, you'd get it with skip protection on them. You're like,
it was a big deal to get the ones with skip
Yeah.
protection because it was very frustrating to be riding on a
Well,
bus,
yeah.
bouncing
Well,
around without a seatbelt
You end up
on.
scratching your CD. Something.
Yeah,
It's like
scratch the shit out of
Exactly.
it. I did you guys ever? I never actually like in all the ads. People have their Discmans like clipped to their belt. Did you ever actually clip your Discman to you
No, dude, it went in my
Walkman?
pocket.
yeah,
in your pocket?
Yeah.
hoodie pocket.
Okay, I was like, were you wearing Jankos? Were you a Jankos guy?
No.
Holy shit! What kind of pockets did you have? Hoodie pocket. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I turned 9 and started using LimeWire, and it was over.
You
Started getting
ruined.
viruses.
I was saying you ruined your family's computer.
Had some pretty sweet music for it though. That's where-
LimeWire and Kazaa. I remember using Kazaa first, and then eventually migrating to LimeWire.
yeah, Napster was just a little before my time.
Yeah, see, I always heard about Napster, and I jumped straight to Kazaa and then LimeWire. Never
Used
did
it.
Napster. You did Napster?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was just old enough. I had to use Napster for like 6 seconds, and then it got shut down. So.
Yeah, you would. It was always just the crap. You're like, you'd have to do the one that had like the most downloads and hope that it wasn't porn sounds or
or all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
or
dude. Like,
just all kinds.
Yeah.
Of,
the people that would love to put like the Faces of Death videos inside popular songs that just got released, and so you would download it. And you'd be like, wait, what's going on? And then you'd be like, I just watched something horrible.
Yeah.
You've learned
Okay.
really quick whether to trust Linkin Park real actual version 7.0
Yeah.
or not.
Yeah.
it was. It was when you'd get one, you'd start listening to like, nice. All right, I downloaded a good one. DJ Bloods right in the middle of it. You're like, yeah. Those were always the worst because you thought you got it.
It's semi-unrelated, but since this show is just already entirely off the rails,
I was
who
going to say, I don't
cares?
even know what this is anymore.
So
We're just having a conversation. We're hanging out on a contractually obligated pod bag.
one of the greatest trolls I've ever seen. Was it Toy Story 3 or Toy Story 4? If you got the illegally pirated version of it, someone cut it. So when they're getting pulled into the fiery
Toy
trash
Story 3,
compactor, they just got sucked in and the
Damn!
show ended. Like,
That's so good. That's so damn. That is messed up. That's hilarious. That is hilarious.
I appreciated it very, very much.
Well, I mean, that was one of those things where you're sitting there, like when you were watching it, you're like, "There's no way they're actually going to end this movie like this, right?"
Yeah.
It was like that pod where Megan just said goodbye.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it was
yeah.
gone.
Well, was it? Was it on the show? I know none of you guys are big Marvel people. Have you guys seen? Yeah, I know Tiff is. Infinity War, Avengers: Infinity War. Have you guys seen it? That's a movie that, like, when the movie ends, you're like, whoa, are they really going to do that? And then the credits start rolling. You're like, holy shit, good on them for having the balls to end it that way. And you knew they weren't going to do that with Toy Story, so I would lose my mind if I got a version of it where that was how they ended it.
I don't know. Just an interesting story. I think we owe you at least one more song related to an Avs hockey player.
Well, we have to pick at least one for each player going to the All-Star game.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say each player on the roster. I was like,
I know you've got.
I don't know if I've got that in me.
Eagles.
You've got a whole
and
clip
Avs.
loaded for Cale Makar over here. I know. So
I have a playlist dedicated to Cale Makar.
I was like, you should do the ads, then we'll finish with that.
great.
I've got one for Nate or for Miko.
We are brought to you by the American Raptors. They play rugby over in Infinity Park in Glendale. First of all, Infinity Park is an amazing place. If you've never been, you should just go there for a day out, just regularly. But if you want to catch some awesome sports as well, American Raptors rugby team, they take players from other sports at the highest level, including the NFL, MLB, and NBA. They teach them how to play rugby, and then they go out and beat real rugby players because it turns out high-level athletes are just amazing at everything.
Turns out they're still high-level athletes when you put them in a different sport.
Crazy how that works. But you can go check them out, and you can get tickets for completely free over at AmericanRaptors.com. So it's a great day out that costs you absolutely nothing. If you're a diehard, you can also watch their games on AmericanRaptors.com if you can't make it out to the building. So go check it out. Follow DNVR Rugby on Twitter. Colton Strickler does amazing work for them. Highly recommend whether you're a longtime fan or new. He has 101 pods to teach you the game. He has interviews with everybody. It's also the location that the men's and women's national teams practice. So you quite literally get the best rugby in the country over there. Highly recommend if you haven't checked them out. Go see the American Raptors. Have some fun. Enjoy games that don't get ruined by terrible reffing like football is.
I missed the big one. I missed the big thing that really upset everyone. I saw the shove, obviously, but I missed the one right before that.
Nobody heard the whistle on a play that got canceled, so Kansas City basically just got a do-over on third down.
Oh.
Wow.
Yep.
I slept through the game, so I literally went upstairs last night to make dinner, and there was 1 minute left in the fourth quarter, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
This was well timed by me. So I also missed everything.
Yeah, and then I don't like all the Bengals had to do was not push him when he was already out of bounds.
I felt bad for the guy that did it. He knew that he fucked up.
Yeah, it was not great. Anyway, Cale Makar, all-star, learning music apparently on his own at this point.
So he picked up guitar in college, like began learning it, and then this past Christmas, his parents gave his brother Taylor a guitar, but he couldn't bring it back to college with him on the plane. So this guitar's been with Cale the whole time. So he's been relearning things on the guitar and calling Taylor to like show him what he's learning. So he's working on Sister Golden Hair, that Wake Me Up When September Ends, and Smoke on the Water. Really, honestly, I think it's more like beginner chords, not these are the songs that he loves.
Smoke on the Water is like everyone's first song,
that was the only one that made me laugh.
He admitted that.
When you said that,
very
I was like,
transparent.
I feel like that's like the intro to guitar. So Smoke on the Water.
You can miss me with Green Day though.
Wonder how that dude feels.
Which dude?
When I don't know who's.
Your song is so simple to play.
Oh, I didn't know if you meant Cale Makar or
No,
Yeah.
just like that. Your song is like intro to guitar 101.
guitar basics. I feel like for Miko, it's got to just be the Finnish national anthem, right?
I mean, it should just be the Miko
That's our Terry
Rantanen
Lackinen
song.
Yeah, I think that's
No,
more.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I think it's more Lucky than Miko, to be honest with you.
Miko's Ask the Avs off ice profile.
Yeah, but
Says-
that was meme material.
Oh, it said they asked him, "What's one song that's in your go-to playlist?" And he said, "The Finnish national anthem." And we all laughed because we were like, "Oh, maybe he just didn't get it." And then it ran again. They did it again. Finnish national anthem. That's his go-to playlist song.
I don't think I could name a Finnish band. They have a lot of like death metal, right?
You tell me. I have no idea.
I think that I want to say that that's true, but I don't know for sure. Sweden has ABBA. That's the easy cop out for Sweden.
Yeah.
But I don't know any Finnish bands.
Yeah. No, the words are too hard to pronounce over
Bjork is from Norway, right?
there. Dude, you are asking the wrong person. I am not a music guy.
Fair enough. I'm not really either, as AJ's Googling it over here.
Amigo Finnish.
I was pretty sure Apocalyptica was Finnish.
Are they Finnish? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's a band that I know.
Stradivarius.
So what would this song...
Oh, wow. Hanoi Rocks. I forgot Hanoi Rocks was Finnish.
Are we talking like a walk-up song? Are we talking like a...
So I said whatever song represents them best. Someone earlier saying was what would their wedding song be? I'm open to anything though.
It should be the song that they play when they're introduced at the All-Star game. So like a walk-up song.
Okay, sorry. I thought there. I misunderstood. Yes, I agree. Here Comes the Boom for Miko.
Here Comes the Boom.
Yeah.
That's like very 2002.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like NHL hits.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's featured very heavily in the... Now I'm drawing the blank. The Adam Sandler, Chris Rock, the movie about where he goes to prison and he starts the football team.
Longest Yard.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was drawing a total blank on it. Yeah, that remake. That song is in there like 5 times.
Remember the name. Yeah, I think it's just got to be a good blanket for all of them.
Oh my god.
I can see MacKinnon getting really into that.
I was gonna say that for Nate, but I didn't want to like insult him.
I feel like
I don't think it's insulting. I think he would just be like,
Ooh.
yeah, yeah.
nah.
See, I was gonna say for Cale. Oh my God, Eminem, 8 Mile. Thank you. Yeah, Lose Yourself. Cale's a big Eminem guy.
I'm a big Eminem guy, and Lose Yourself is like not his best work.
I agree with you. But that just seems like a very appropriate for like an all-star game
I could
walk
see it.
up kind of thing.
I could see it for him.
I see for oh my. The Lose Yourself version, but everything is just mom's spaghetti. I'm in for that.
Everything's
version.
just protein pasta. Have you seen the Smash Mouth, the All-Star one? The Don't Stop Coming and It Won't Stop Coming and It Won't Stop Coming and It Won't Stop Coming. Yeah. The first time I showed Hannah that, she was like, and by the end she was like pissing her pants laughing because it just wouldn't fucking stop.
For MacKinnon, I think it probably would be just like pick a DMX song, but
Stop, Drop, and Open Up Shop.
yep.
Yeah.
Where my dogs at?
Dogs at.
That is, by the way,
You can't stop, drop, and open up shop alone.
so glad you fucking DMX at the Rough Riders. You can't stop, drop, and open up shop alone. Oh God. But no, because we talked about Miko's Ask the Abs thing, and we just Megan, and Ryan Bolding die laughing every time it's Nate who gets the Ask the Abs because the
nickname.
and I can hear him saying it. It says, what's the favorite nickname you've ever had? And he just said dog. D-O-double-G, not the dog, like everyone calls dog. That's just what shows up on the board. 4 giant letters on that fucking huge screen at Ball Arena. Dog. And it just kills us
I'm
every time.
not buying it. I don't think he said
because
that.
I actually do believe that he said it because I'm just picturing him like, and what's your favorite nickname? Dog. And they were like, fine, we're going to put dog then.
I would have liked it if they didn't do the double G's.
Just D-O-G.
Okay.
Yeah. D-A-double-G maybe. W-G. D-A-W-G. Double G. Jesus.
How many ways can you spell dog?
Yeah.
Perrito. That's his nickname.
Oh, all right. Are we done with this yet?
I'm so sorry.
No, we got more to do.
Ooh, Eminem featuring Nate Dogg Till I Collapse. That's not a bad one. That actually is a good. That's a good Eminem song.
I actually love that song.
That's a good one.
Actually, but
all right, we'll give that one to Nate.
sure, why not? We got to do at least one of the weirder ones. You got to do goalies.
Dude, they get like a Weird Al song. for their
Like all
walk-up.
goalies everywhere or
No,
specific
just
goalies?
Georgiev and Frankie.
Aw. Sweet
Oh, all right.
Caroline.
Well, now that was
For
mean.
Frankie.
Yeah.
Kidding. No, we
Was
can
that
do better.
his? Was that his sing-along song?
His karaoke. Yeah,
Yeah. His karaoke song was "Sweet Caroline."
But I think we can do better.
I don't know. That's just wholesome
What
as
does
hell.
the fox say? I don't know why. I don't know why.
Wait for who?
Georgiev.
Georgievs can be punching Nazi.
Punching
Is that even a real song?
Is it?
Yeah, it is. It is a song. Yeah.
See, I just feel like, oh God, Frankie. They did like they were asking all the players as they come off the rink. You know, what's your favorite this? What's your favorite that? And it was, what was your favorite childhood movie? And a couple of guys walked off, and Frankie walked by, and he was not the first person to say this, but he goes, Home Alone. And he walks into the room, he puts his stick down, and then he comes running back out, full gear still. 30 seconds later, he goes, Toy Story, and goes right back in. And it was just, I was like, that was just so on brand for Pavel Francouz that like he kept thinking about his favorite childhood movie into the locker room.
You'll never guess Arturi Lakinen's.
You're right. I won't.
Yeah. I forgot what it was.
Lion King.
Oh, yeah, it was Lion King. Yeah. Georgiev said Home Alone as well. I hope they've already showed this and we're not completely ruining the answers.
Got the inside info.
Yeah. But no, the Frankie one just killed me because he said Home Alone, didn't break a beat. And then you heard his gears shuffling down the hall.
It is on brand because you could see Frankie's song being "You've Got a Friend in Me."
Right,
definitely.
right. That's what it is. That's what
Especially
it is.
to his starter.
See,
Yeah.
I can see that. Well, I don't see Lecky going for Hakuna Matata. I don't think that one fits as well.
I agree.
No, Lecky really likes all the scenes with Scar.
They sound the same. What did Miko say? He had a Pixar movie too, didn't he?
Nemo, right? Finding Nemo?
Finding Nemo was Miko's, which I thought was good.
Which I love. Great answer.
Good answer.
I rewatched that movie recently.
It's a good one.
It's very cute.
Yeah.
Holds up.
Well, I think JT was Wally. Someone had Wally.
I didn't hear JT's.
Someone had Wally. Which I was getting concerned because the younger the guys that were coming into the locker room, like they were naming movies, like, oh, that came out in high school. Like, dang.
Someone's about to say like Coco Melon or something.
Yeah,
I'll be like,
yeah.
oh God.
No, they were all making jokes about one of the players saying a movie like that, like a movie that like very recently came out. They were like, Benny's gonna come in here and say it was something like that. Where it was a movie that came out like 5 years ago.
What was your favorite movie as a kid?
I don't know. I actually said that was a bad prompt for me because I had a hard time, like. I don't remember a movie that I like watched over and over again.
Mine was Cool Runnings.
I like
that's a
that
good one.
movie a lot.
I watched. If we're going that route, I watched.
Literally broke that VHS. I watched it so many times.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's probably Fox and the Hound for like a VHS that we actually had. But every time it came on Disney Channel, I watched Brink.
Brink?
Full Skaters.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell. My buddy went as Brink for Halloween a few years ago. Yeah.
Let's go.
Out in Boulder, and he actually put the skates on and skated around. And they, bars in Boulder, they don't give a shit. Like, they have much bigger things to worry about than some dude coming in on rollerblades. He did the whole night, freezing cold, on skates to do the Brink thing.
It was that, and it was like, I always forget the name of the one. The one where they had like, is it just called Smart House?
It is.
Yeah, Smart House. Great movie.
Okay. That one too. I watched
Great
a lot.
movie.
I like that one.
If you have Disney Plus, a lot of those Disney Channel original movies are on there. You just have to dig for them a bit. Smart
Smart
House is on
really
there.
young Katherine Heigl and Wish Upon a Star.
I was actually just thinking about Wish Upon a Star. It was a great one.
Is it Miracle in Lane 2?
Yeah,
Like,
the boxcar
9-year-old
racer one.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. I was thinking the drag car one with the girl from Seventh Heaven
Oh, yeah.
and like 10-year-old Brie Larson.
Yep.
It's crazy. Yeah. That
I
was
almost feel
not good.
bad for people who will listen to this podcast.
Yeah, it's not gonna
If you've made it to us talking about Disney Channel original movies and you're still listening,
They're
thank you.
replaying the DU game. That is so random.
Are they
what?
really?
Yeah, they're replaying the DU game.
Who is all those people over there?
On Altitude.
I meant like they were over there like acting out the DU
Altitude
game.
only has so much
Drew,
programming.
That would be
Johnny
so
Tsunami.
strange.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. unfortunately rewatched Johnny Tsunami relatively recently.
The Mighty Ducks movies were movies that I felt like I watched a lot as a kid. D2 in particular, I feel like I watched a lot as a kid. Aladdin was like an animated movie I remember really liking.
Yeah.
Boulding said Land Before Time.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a good
When
answer.
I was really little, I watched a lot of that.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of the Land Before Time movies.
3 stars.
Yeah, I was going to say Tree Stars. Yeah.
I always wanted to eat one.
Right? And come to find out they're just leaves. Like, when you get older, you're like, oh, damn, they're just
I
leaves.
found myself looking at trees like, that looks delicious.
Grooming you to eat salad.
Did I just watch all of the Disney Channel movies, I guess? What was the one with the baseball player who, like, actually wants to be a chef?
Oh my gosh. I love that one.
Yeah. I
Obviously.
cannot remember the name of it to save the life of me, but...
Is it something with cook-off in the title?
Yeah,
That sounds right,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, my God. And it wasn't until you said that did this come back. I'm going to look it up. Then there was Luck of the Irish.
I like Luck of the
Irish.
Luck of the Irish was great.
Was a great one.
Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off.
Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off.
There
Susie
it
just
is.
coming in. Yeah, the Disney Channel movies were great. When we were young, Disney Channel original movies were awesome.
They were bangers.
And none of us had even mentioned Alley Cat Strike. Like we're a bunch of barbarians.
Where they were able to get the
Wonder why
split
that
pins
is.
just by spinning it. I've tried that.
Yeah. She sits down and spins the
Didn't work
ball.
the
This
same.
never worked in real life.
No way. Everyone tried it, though. Everyone tried it. You went to your local Brunswick zone the week after Alley Cat Strike
and your
came
ball
out.
didn't make it all the way down, and you had to
Everyone
call the guy to come
Yeah,
clear
right,
it
yeah.
out.
Clearly I
Stuck
did
in
it
the
wrong.
gutter again, sir. Yeah, and they had to come. There's constantly walking down, clearing out the balls from everyone's gutter.
Became the least favorite movie of
Yeah,
bowling alley
bowling
employees. God damn this movie.
Yeah.
Man. now I'm just gonna go home
Imagine
and look
not,
up more of these.
like not seeing any of those movies and and you've been working in a bowling alley for a while.
Yeah.
Suddenly,
There's an influx of children
Yeah.
rolling in there trying this.
All
and you're
wanting
like,
to
what's
try
going
bowling.
on?
Yeah. That and then so the other thing that's crazy about them, they're all like 70 minutes.
Yeah,
like they're not very long.
It's like just a double episode
yeah,
of a
yeah,
TV
yeah.
show.
We actually over Christmas we
Brave
turned
Little
on
Toaster, that's what's up.
we turned on what was I can't think of the name of it, but it's one where they get the little snow machine from Santa and they like end up causing a blizzard
it's
in
in
LA.
Yes.
We watched that one. And it was just so funny because we looked up after like 40 minutes. We were like, yo, they're like into the thick of the conflict of this movie. Like, we're barely off the ground and they are like onto the resolution. And it's just, you forget how short those movies were. Like, they're more of just double episodes.
All right, I pulled up a list here. I'm trying to find.
Kale learning guitar is a timestamp.
Ooh, Halloween Town.
I love
Banger.
Halloween Town.
Halloween Town, incredible set of movies.
Xenon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Zoom.
Make my heart go boom, boom, boom.
The outfits, dude. The outfits
I wish
in that
we
show.
could wear that for real.
Ooh, all right, there's not like I feel like we covered most of the Phantom of the Megaplex.
Oh,
was
yeah.
one.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. That was another great
Liked it.
one. The other thing that is crazy about all those movies is how many big name actors are in them, but as, like 11-year-olds.
Wait, Cadet Kelly was a Disney Channel movie?
Oh, yeah, it was, dude.
I thought that
yeah.
was like an actual movie.
Nah. It's Even Stevens movie, obviously.
Yeah, sure. Even Stevens was great.
Lizzie McGuire movie.
Yeah.
Not for me, but my sister loved the Cheetah Girls.
I
Yeah, Cheetah
also
Girls.
love the Cheetah Girls.
Yeah.
I actually would go to the YMCA with some friends and choreograph dances. And then at the end of the month dance, we would request the song to the DJ so we could perform them. Nobody asked us to do
So
that.
this was the precursor to Hurricane Night?
Yeah, I was going to say, is it the same group of people? Is it the same Cheetah Girls?
No, unfortunately, we've disbanded.
Oh, shit.
That covers and then by then I was in high school, so
I just always remember 100% of those movies, the kids had the coolest bedrooms ever.
yeah.
Like the Cheetah Girls, Raven had like fiber optics into her wall that spelled out Cheetah Girls. It's like, what? Where do these people get the money?
All right. I don't know.
Yeah, we need to
We
end
need
it.
to end our show. Other people need to do real
Hocus
content.
Pocus isn't a
Hocus
Disney
Pocus
Channel
is-
movie,
but
but
it's great.
It's great.
It's very good.
It watches like one.
Yeah.
Another one, Dope Room.
No, that's Halloween
not.
Town.
Look it up.
They show it,
I'll
but
bet you-
it wasn't.
I'll bet you money it's not a Disney
The thing
Channel
is, it
original
wasn't
movie.
an original. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a Disney movie,
His
but
Murphy bed was cool,
it
Maddie.
felt like a Disney Channel original movie, but it was not. And again, his room was just the entire attic.
Yep. With a 6 skylight.
Right? Yeah. And then the Kid and Small Soldiers. If you guys remember that movie,
I don't.
Wow, you definitely seemed like a small soldier.
I'm sure if
kinda
I
guy.
like saw it, I'd be like, oh yeah, okay. But
Yeah.
I definitely know small soldiers.
I don't know what we're even. She's looking up Hocus Pocus things now.
Yeah.
Production company Walt Disney Pictures.
Yeah, but it's not a DCOM as we call them in the biz.
A decom.
My name is Megan, and you're watching the DNVR Avalanche Podcast.
P.S. Because I'm just giving out telling you to go watch random things lately. The Defunct Land did an amazing fucking video on YouTube where it took them 20 years to figure out who created the 4-note sound for Disney Channel.
Oh yeah,
The bung bung
Yeah.
bung bung.
yeah,
Great video. Highly recommend.
Yeah, we can talk more off the air.
We're getting off. We're gonna go let people talk about real sports. It's All-Star Week. We're gonna have some funny shows like this. I promise.
We're
Trade
gonna have-
deadline
we're gonna have
content is
this,
coming,
and
Yeah.
then we have other things this week.
We have real content coming.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed a weird one. Like and subscribe if you like our weird content. We love you. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
break.